Hi, we're the Harvard Diversity Project, and we're here on V103.
Greg Street be banging.
But I got the great debaters in the studio of the Harvard Diversity Group on the top 88 tonight. These guys got some amazing things going on. Shouts out to Mr. Fleming and getting the kids up to the studio tonight. But who we got on the top 88?
Hey, it's Olivia, and I'm a rising freshman at Tabor Academy.
Hey, it's Peyton Gunner, and I'm a junior at Drew Charter School.
What's up? It's Marlon West, and I'm a rising junior at the Booker T. Washington High School.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Niles, and I am a rising junior at the Wesleyan School.
Hey, it's Osaziel Khalik, and I go to Maynard Jackson High School.
Yo, it's Saxton Phillips, rising senior at Grady High School.
What's up, man? It's Jordan Thomas at Grady High School, senior season. You know, we're rocking with Greg Street.
The top 88, the most wanted jam number 6 song is coming up next. But Mr. Fleming, I saw Mr. Fleming on TV a few weeks ago, too, on Channel 2. And he was just talking about his journey and everything he's been doing to come back to the community to develop these programs. You got to get to the mic and just give us a little insight on the Harvard Diversity Group, a.k.a. the Great Debaters, and just some of the things you guys do and what you guys have been participating in.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us, first of all. So we are the Harvard Diversity Project. We're a diversity pipeline program that trains, recruits, and feeds African-American students into the Harvard Debate Council summer residency. So while in Atlanta, these students go through a rigorous 8-month training regimen, and then we matriculate them into the Harvard Debate Council during the summer, where they study debate under very accomplished professors and instructors, and they compete against students from all across the globe. And so this time we brought home the championship to Atlanta. It's for the city.
Now, where was the big debate?
It was held at Harvard University.
Harvard University, and just give us just an example of like who were some of the people that you guys competed against.
And so we compete against kids from China, we compete against kids from Europe, we compete against kids from every single region in the United States and also different continents, countries around the world.
So Trump should have took y'all to go see Putin. Basically.
Hey, we can debate there too.
Y'all can debate there too?
Absolutely.
Well, the number 6 song is coming up next. Top 88, the most wanted jam. They're in the studio. The Harvard Diversity Project, a.k.a. the Great Debaters, in the studio. What's the people's station?
V103.
Go.
Kiki.
Oh,
Hey, oh, are you riding?
Hey, all right, go. Let's go.
I need you.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, do it.
We do it, what?
Wait, y'all gotta wait to beat. Hold on. Wait. That don't got nothing to do with me. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, bro,
I can run now.
You ready? What?
I got
Okay.
what we doing?
No, Jordy, not. He's not.
Jordan here, put up with Jordan.
Let's get it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, now go.
Hey, I bet you won't though, bro. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Oh, I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
He was Station People 318, don't want me popping R&B. In the studio live tonight, Harvard Diversity Project. Y'all make some noise.
Yes, sir.
Tuck taking over.
Man, these kids went up and debated against all the regions across the U.S. Plus, let me see, China, Europe, Japan, Russia.
All
Who else?
around the world.
All around the world.
All around the world.
All around the world.
Sir.
Who we got representing at Washington?
We got Marlon West, man.
Marlon!
Marlon
Dr. Duncan, Marlon in the studio.
Marlon West, straight out of Waha, man.
Washington High?
Yes, sir.
MLK. Who you want to shout out to?
And shout out to my mother. Shout out to my father.
What's your mother's name?
My mom, Jelena Dyer. My father, Melessi West. Shout out to my little brother, Lil Nazi. Shout out to Lil Nazi. Y'all boys follow him on Instagram. My coach, shout out to Coach Ari. Shout out to Coach Twin, man. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to Vashawn. Shout out to Lil Meat. Shout out to Mari, man. Shout out to Alicia, all them, man. They know I love them. I'm holding it down for the city, man. Straight out the West End, man.
Straight out the West End.
Straight out the West End, man.
Marlon, now tell me a little bit about your experience being part of the Harvard Diversity Project and the Great Debaters.
Man, this experience is a life-changing experience, man. I'm telling you. So it started off as we hold classes in Atlanta, like teaching us debate, teaching us like rigorous courses. We've gone through rigorous like curriculum. We learn debate. We're debating against each other all the time, like constantly at each other's necks, just making each other better. We also host workshops for children. We teach children debate as like.
So y'all teach smaller kids how to debate?
Yeah, we teach children how to debate. Yeah.
And right after all this, then you get ready for football.
Yes, sir.
And you get ready for football.
Yes, I'm practicing football. I'm at debate practice. I'm at work. I'm at college. All that.
We count down the top 8 of 8. They're in the studio live tonight. Fresh back off the Harvard Diversity Project, the big project. Harvard University, they went up and turned up. Shouts out to Mr. Fleming. I saw Mr. Fleming tell his story on the news, so we're gonna get more back. We're gonna get back into that in just a few minutes too. But listen, they're in the studio. Tarver Academy, Maynard Jackson, Drew Charter, Washington High School, Grady High School. Wow. Ms. Carstofferson, I know APS is very proud of you guys, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very proud.
Yes, sir.
So on the 28th, y'all gotta come do something for back to school on the 28th.
Oh, yeah,
Big back to school
definitely.
giveaway in the Georgia World Congress Center. The great debaters. What's the people's station?
V103.
Great debaters representing ATL.
Yes, sir.
Grady High, Washington High, Drew Charter, Maynard Jackson, and Savard Academy. Olivia, we say you coming to the ATL now.
Yes, sir. I live in ATL, and I'm going to a boarding school in Marion, Massachusetts called Tabor Academy.
So how'd you get to be a part of the diversity group?
Mr. Fleming was actually my teacher in middle school, and I was really interested in debate and philosophy and sociology and all that, and I was really interested in it. And so he introduced me to the program, and I did my hardest in my application, and I got in, and I started thriving.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who you want to shout out to?
All right, one time for the one time, it's your girl Olivia Justice. I got to shout out my mom, Valencia Justice, my dad, Omar Justice, and my little baby sister, Vega Justice. I also got to give a shout out to one of my mentors, Mr. Kyle Walcott, doing big things over at the Roncourt Academy. Got to give a shout out to all my 2022 peeps across the country. Anybody tuning in, listening, you ready to take over? And also shout out to my HGCDP folks, TT, Tyra, Sharad, Pat, all y'all. You already know how we come in, ready to change the narrative, give a new face to the black culture.
Mr. Fleming, who you want to shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to the executive board of the Harvard Diversity Project. Shout out to our co-founder and president, Danny Ayer. Shout out to our vice president, Labria Holt. Shout out to Marquetta Bryan. Shout out to Kirk Brown, Joe Burks, Antonio Brown.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody. Listen, we raised over $100,000 in 6 months because we have the most powerful, robust, successful, accomplished, the best community leaders in the city of Atlanta are on our board, and I want to give a shout out to all of them. Thank you so much.
I saw you on TV. You was talking a little bit about your story and how this whole project came about, of you coming back to put this together. Just give us a little insight for people who missed it. Because I think I saw the interview on Channel 2?
Yeah, it was on Channel 2. So to make a long story short, to be honest with you, it's very ironic how I even landed in education. If you imagine the worst student you've ever seen in the classroom, that was me. I was hardly in school sometimes because I was getting kicked out. If you look at my middle school disciplinary records, it was 12 pages long. That's how much of a troubled youth I was. And that's because I dealt with things at home, dealt with abuse and all that. And now all that kind of manifested in my behavior at school. And I never had a teacher that was able to see beyond what I showed them on the outside, to see my potential on the inside and to tap into that and allow that to come forth and allow me to maximize my potential as a young man and as an academic. And so I matriculated on through high school. Honestly, I was passed along because I was a star athlete. And so I ended up going to college, and I suffered a career and knee injury. And after that, I became a college dropout, spent 2 years working in the factory on an assembly line. I grew increasingly depressed, and I was just desperate for another chance. Long story short, I was able to go back to college, and I'm struggling because I have all these learning deficiencies. I was very inspired by the literary works of Malcolm X and Frederick Douglass because they were both self-taught individuals. And so I really started grinding. I started reading a whole bunch of books. I made a life-changing decision. I sold my television, my PlayStation, every form of entertainment that I had. I took that money, I went and I bought books, and I read religiously, I read promiscuously. I locked myself in my room, and I started to feel powerful. I ended up watching The Great Debaters one time, and I was like, man, if that was really a thing, I would find my newfound passion, but I didn't think it was really a thing because I thought it was a fictional movie. And I never quite found anything that would allow me to replace that competitive void that I had for basketball. And so I ended up getting into debate at my college, started debating, and it went up from there, man. I came here to Atlanta, started teaching at the Ron Clark Academy, coached our middle school to an undefeated record at high school tournaments, and I was recruited by Harvard University to become a summer instructor there. which led to me then becoming the assistant coach of debate for the Harvard University debate team. Then I decided to start this pipeline to be able to expose more minority youth to the university.
And with that being said, now you guys see why I really be out in the streets with this program in the schools, teaching these middle school students and high school students, even elementary school students, how important it is for them to read.
Absolutely.
About their personal interests and their career interests. A lot of people don't understand how important it is for them to spend a little time to get focused on what it is that they want to do and what they want to be.
And not only that, but it's also important for us to expose young black kids to black scholars. And that's what's so important about this movement, is that young people can't be what they can't see. And what you have sitting right here in this room are young people that are showing the world what black excellence looks like. They're showing people what black scholarship looks like. And we're changing the narrative by showing the world that black youth can.
Y'all give Mr. Fleming a round of applause. Project, great debaters in the studio. I want to thank you guys for coming up to the studio tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great show. Great show. Great show. APS, I know they're proud of you. Very proud. Grady, Washington, Maynard Jackson, Drew Charter, everybody in the school systems, these kids debating, like I said, competing against people from not just from the United States, but from around the world to bring that W to the ATL. Congratulations from the People Station V103.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. We gonna recruit it. Application open up in August. You wanna be about that solid. You wanna get to the number, you call it. Give you my number, you call it. Fill out that waiver, install it. Young we ballin'. Straight out Atlanta, we ballin'.
We ballin'. They calling.
Oh,
We here. We there. Oh, getting that paper like this. Alright. We really shout out Waha, Long Live Chico, you know what I do hold down for the folks. I do hold down for the folks. For the folks, I know. Hold up. Oh wait. Go. Hold up. You already know. Y'all been through this though. Stacking these papers like stacking that paper.
I got drip on my clothes.
My clothes. I got a drip on my clothes, design on my toes, design on my clothes. I got a drip on my clothes, red bottom on that door.
Hey McNabb.